r/AskReddit, hey Reddit, what's the worst April Fool's joke you've seen? Did you happen to work for a paper company in Scranton, PA? When I was 16 I mailed my brother a letter pretending to be a woman he'd hooked up with a few years before and asking if he'd like to meet their daughter. He didn't even finish reading the letter before he walked over and punched me really hard in the thigh. I guess my 16-year-old chicken scratch didn't look much like lady handwriting. Guess the crayons didn't do you any favors. That's awesome. I saw one where these two guys pretended that they had won the lottery and the mum was sobbing of joy, and then they told her it was an April Fool's joke and she looked devastated. It might not be the most damaging joke, but damn, that hurt my heart. Yeah. My aunt gave one of my brothers a fake scratcher ticket that won $50,000. Apparently she had planned to give it to both brothers, but my mom warned her against giving Steven that kind of hope right now, lol. When I was like 7 or 8 my dad told me that he got me a Lego set that I really wanted. When I went to go get it he said April Fools. The worst thing about betrayal is that it never comes from your enemies. That's not even funny. Your dad was an ass. 10 years ago my sister-in-law and my kids decided it would be a great prank to rearrange all the stuff in our kitchen cabinets. Everything was still orderly, but was in totally different cabinets than we had grown used to, and in many cases, ones that didn't make any sense. We still have no idea where anything is supposed to go, and many things are still where they put them in their escapade. That prank has a very long tail. I stayed up late and then switched the sugar with salt by the coffee machine. The following morning I proceeded to wake up and make myself a steaming hot cup of salted coffee because I'm an idiot. This is actually a tiny bit cruel but so clever. Deleted. Hoist by your own tard. Edit, this pun only works while the previous comment exists. The deleted comment was about wrapping the toilet with plastic wrap at night and then absent-mindedly using it the next morning. Deleted. Cool shoes. Go on. Imagine athletic shoes with little pockets for ice or even dry ice. Cool pack-in soles. When people pretend to cheat or want a divorce with their then still post the video. Jokes are supposed to be funny or annoying, not emotionally traumatizing. Confused, don't abuse. Pregnancy pranks that went too far. Apparently my mom told people she was pregnant with me on April 1st and everyone thought it was a joke, lol. Some guy thought it would be hilarious to fake his suicide by pretending to hang himself, so when his mom walked in, she thought he had killed himself. Then he's like, April Fools, and they both laughed. Even staged. That is the worst, most unfunny, most disrespectful idea I've ever heard for a prank. Such a good joke even you fell for it? As pranks go this is not just unfunny but dangerous. As a stunt it's easy to fuck it up and actually die. Even professional stuntmen have screwed this up. Back to the Future 3, MJF is actually strangling in one shot because the rig failed. In college my roommates found out that you could laser etch images into toast. They etched an image of Jesus. No mistaking it, plain as day. Plopped it into a toaster and took it out, mentioning that it kind of looked like Jesus. Our roommate bought it. Completely believed that it was done by chance by the toaster. He started trying to figure how much he could sell it for on eBay. This went on for days before he stumbled upon the practice toast. I'm a culinary instructor. Every year I empty a jar of mayonnaise and refill it with vanilla pudding. Sit at my desk and eat from the jar to the horror of my students. I saw a picture of someone repurposing a Hershey's chocolate syrup bottle as their water bottle at the gym. Why not eat perfectly good mayo? Not April Fools, but I once had a coworker take his gloves off and his hands were blue. Not tinged. Not blue tinted, smoked blue like he was wearing those surgical gloves, but he wasn't. Someone had put steel etching dye, used to write on steel from the mill, in his gloves, and it dyed them fucking blue for 3 goddamn months. God, I'm so glad it wasn't me. How toxic is that dye, exactly? I bet that coworker could have a hefty lawsuit on his hands for the pranksters if it's bad for you. Sugar-free gummy bears dissolved into certain cocktails and mocktails. Then, they were served at my best friend's former frat's April Fool's party. To this day, no one is certain who did it, but the 15 guys in the frat and a decent portion of the party goers had diarrhea and hangovers. 15 guys in a 3-bathroom frat, with explosive diarrhea and hangovers. I am glad I don't like parties. I bet it was those infamous ones from Amazon. So many reviews of people eating them and ending up with an explosive case of the shits. Someone I know announced her pregnancy on Facebook on April 1st. She even provided an ultrasound image revealing twins. The joke was that it wasn't a joke. This is my favorite story in here, because I would have done the exact same thing. My wife also announced a very real pregnancy this way. The fact that it was April Fool's hadn't yet occurred to us, so she felt a little silly after she realized. Had a mate who put a bowling ball onto a rope which would fall onto someone if they opened the door it was on top of. Popular girl opened the door and the ball hit her head, cracking her skull. The kid was expelled and his parents were sued. No one found it funny. Did she recover? That's insane. Attempted murder. Too many cartoons as a kid. Flashes of Tom and Jerry and Daffy/Bugs. What a psycho. I do not love wine April Fools. Quoted by Gail Walden on Twitter. Classic Barb. She really is a card. Gail is a legend for that one. A girl in our office bought a bunch of those fake scratch-off lottery tickets where it looks like every card is a winner. The thing was, she bought these at like the dollar store or something, and it said, "This is a fake lottery ticket for entertainment value only," or something to that effect on each ticket. She said that she wanted us all to think that we had all won the lottery and that we would have to figure out how to split it 7 ways. She wasn't the brightest crayon in the pack. You live alone, don't you? I got called for jury duty today. Got there, a settlement was reached and none of us were needed. Sure feels like bad April Fool's joke. And GT, sure feels like bad April Fool's joke. Nah, the feels like the best jury duty summons possible. Not only a free day from work that, most employers won't count as a sick or vacation day, but you fulfilled your obligation, so it will be a while before you get summoned again. At least in large cities, I've got one right now and the last was at least 10 to 15 years ago. I'm very proud of this one, and I only consider it bad because, well, you'll see. Many years ago, when getting them up for school, I convinced my kids that it was April 2nd and that April 1st was yesterday, since they wanted to play some pranks. Well, they came home from school that day and immediately laid into me, "Dad, you tricked us." Laughed my ass off, and it made for a very memorable day. So yeah, I deprived my kids of their April Fool's plans that year. It was glorious. 10/10 would do it again. I've always had an irrational fear of natural disasters. When I was younger, my dad thought it'd be a hilarious prank to tell me an asteroid was gonna hit our city and we were all gonna die because there wasn't enough time to evacuate. He didn't stop until I was a blubbering, sobbing wreck. He thought it was hilarious. We don't talk anymore. I switched out my friend's sweet chili heat Doritos for nacho cheese Doritos, emptied both bags and swapped while he was out of the room, back in 2009. I have a hard time forgiving myself for that one. When worked at Subway, someone filled the dressing bottle with dirty dishwater and stuff from the sink catcher. I came back to my shift a few days later to find out someone had did this and that everyone had been fired. Yeah, another reason to never eat at Subway. Saw this Facebook post earlier, Philippines, where a food stall page posted a challenge with a 100k PHP reward, roughly $1,700. Requirement was to tattoo the logo of the company on the forehead, and the first to submit a photo completing the challenge gets the money. To their surprise, people actually did it. Most were people who don't understand April Fools, and the page received backlash and demands to compensate the people who did the challenge. I don't remember all the details, but there was a local radio station that was going through a format change and somehow one of the DJs was pranked into thinking he was going to get a sweetheart deal to buy the station and keep the format the same if he wanted. He talked so much shit and burned a ton of bridges all day before he was told at the end of the day that the format change was going through and him being able to buy it was all a prank. FYI, almost all radio DJ pranks are scripted. My older sister poured water over all the clothes in my drawers before I woke up for school. My mom was pissed and my sister got grounded for a month because I didn't have anything dry to wear to school. My sister was born on this day 16 years ago, nothing has topped that. Damn, took your mom 9 months to deliver that joke. I hate the trend of corporations basically going, "Hey, look at this cool thing you all want," just joking. It's not a funny joke if you're just reminding me that you're too shit to sell me the thing that you know I want. You went naked? When I was a kid, the hose spigot was right outside my bedroom window. My older sister put the sprinkler in my bed, not on, and forgot that there's still water in the hose, so there was a wet spot directly in the center of my bed for a few days. Still mad about it? My boss at the time thought it would be funny to tell me I was fired and had me pack up my things, escort me out of the building, and when I got to my car told me April Fools. I found it to be in poor taste but didn't say anything. However, people talked in the office and it eventually got to HR where she was written up. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again. Reddit glitch out.